Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to play Luna Snow and some general tips and tricks to get the most out of playing her. Now, she actually has a lot of abilities that people just don't understand properly how they work. She can heal herself with both her ability to make this a piercing attack, and whenever we use the shift ability, it will increase the amount of damage that we do because it makes us fire 5 shards instead of the 3 that we normally do. And in addition to this, it'll also pierce through targets and give you healing over time. Also, if we use our freeze, this will also give us some healing too. So that is a nice little added effect of that. We got the best ultimate in the game with I'm gonna put on a show. Now, you normally would be able to switch between these really quickly, but with the update for season 1, this is going to have a timer of 0.5 seconds, so you'll no longer be able to switch between it but as fast. But if you go into this damage form, it'll increase your teammates damage by 40%, and the healing is also really good. Now, Luna Snow is great at healing, but she's also really good at dealing damage. As you can see here, she's got a pretty good hit scan weapon that can also headshot. You're not going to be taking out very many vanguards this way, especially at range, but it is a nice little ability to give yourself some extra damage, and also it heals targets. We also have the ability called Share the Stage, which we can apply to someone, and when we heal one target, it'll actually apply our healing to the other. So you can see here, when we heal this Galactobot, this one also gets healed. Another nice benefit, it'll actually increase your healing to that target by 35%. So if you wanted to put this on a Vanguard, that's a good choice because you'll be able to keep them full of health a lot quicker. But it also works really well on divers like Black Panther and Spider-Man because you're able to keep them full of health even while they're going away. Or some of the harder to heal targets like Storm or Iron Man because they're up in the air. Typically, we're going to be focusing on our Vanguards to keep them alive. But as you can see, we can actually pierce through and heal 2 at a time. And we can also go with our piercing and heal and also damage. So Luna's got a lot of versatility. This freeze is really useful. Now with the freeze, you get yourself extra health with it, but also whenever you freeze someone, you're able to attack them for the first 2.2 seconds. And then after that, they will get freed from that. So I'll show you here what that looks like. So you can attack them while they're frozen. But typically, whenever you're going to freeze someone, you're going to want to use that and get away. So that's typically the way of going about that. But you can see if you're landing headshots, Luna has great damage and also great heals. She has 30 rounds. It's a 3-round burst heal attack that she does. And again, whenever you use your shift ability, that makes it so that there's 5 of them at a time. They can't headshot like it used to, but with this, you're able to heal up your team a lot faster. So really useful. Now, whenever we go into this, you can see that we're buffing up our teammate. We'll also get the hit markers. Anytime that you buff someone up with this, you'll be able to get extra assists that way. It's nice to know when your team is full of health and when you should swap to the damage form, especially with the nerf that she's going to receive a little bit there into the season 1. But Luna's really good at just overall healing and damage, so she kind of does it all. That's why she's one of the best characters in this game. Good healing. She can sustain 2 tanks at a time, really. If you have the snowflake on one of them, you can heal 1 target and then also keep that other one with the snowflake Share the Stage topped up. So lots of great abilities there. She also has good crowd control, as I mentioned, so she can stun with that. It's not as good as Mantis's, which Mantis's stun she throws at the ground, or you can throw it at the ground and it hits in an area of effect, whereas Luna's ice, you actually do have to land the projectile on someone. But you can get a couple quick extra hits in right after that and then dip out. But she also has 2 really nice team-ups. This extra movement speed, which will boost your movement speed by 60% after moving for half a second. So you can see there, you got fast mobility, but her team-ups are really nice. So there's a couple that she has, one with like Jeff or Namor. So you can, whenever you play as Jeff or Namor, you got the ability to add ice to your attacks here. So this will create zones where it slows down targets and it deals a tiny bit more damage. So that's really nice if you have anyone that wants to play Jeff on your team. Also, Namor gets a similar ability too with his with the C there, so you can set down a squid that has ice damage on it too. So yeah, both of these will get a nice buff from Luna, but Luna also gets a buff if you have a Iron Fist on your team. So with that, her ability, she can empower her attacks with Ki here, and you can see it does a blast in a large area of effect and it'll launch foes up into the air. So really nice to have 2 great team ups, as a lot of people like to play, well, early on, people really like to play Jeff, the Land Shark. So Nice buff there. Namor's getting a good buff into season 1, so that's perfect too. But great range on Luna, great healing. She really does it all. Definitely an S tier character, one of the best in the game. Fast movement speed too. It really means that in a game like Marvel Rivals, where you need to get to positions quickly and you want to apply pressure, whether it's defensive or offensive pressure, her being able to get back and keep your healers alive is a very valuable tool, especially with Mantis getting her movement speed removed a little bit. It's not going to be as fast as Luna, so Luna just reigns supreme as the best strategist in Marvel Rivals. So I'll show off some tips and tricks that you can use in an actual game as well with Luna Snow. Healing should be your priority, but don't be afraid to deal damage as well. But keeping your duelist full of health means that they can do their job, as well as keeping your tank alive obviously is extremely important. Now the freeze attack there, as you can see, is super useful if you get dove by any tanks or even just a duelist. It can be a big lifesaver, so don't be afraid to use it. It'll also, again, give you a bit of extra healing too. But typically you want to play near the back line because Luna Snow can kind of snipe too with her attacks. Now that our tank almost went down there, I did ultimate a little bit early, but it helped us secure a push, so it wasn't a bad ultimate use. I'll be showing a much better time to use it a bit later on here, but yeah, we were able to continue the push there. We did get the victory, so this was a good playthrough. But there's another instance where you wanted to freeze a target. They'll typically give up on you if you can run away from them and then get a few headshots off, so that is the ideal way of doing that. Unfortunately, got eaten by Jeff there, but don't be afraid to use your piercing heals and keep anyone alive while they're using their ultimate. So like Wanda, for example, there, keeping her alive during her ultimate means that we got a few extra knockouts. So we got the win here, but one of the most important parts is a really good healing push near the start. When we're getting a payload or trying to capture position, this is going to be one of the most important times to make sure that everyone's full of health, again, so that they can do their jobs properly, but we can also pull off and get some damage in ourselves too. So this is another ultimate that wasn't perfectly used. They counter-ulted with Penny's ultimate there, which was fine. We were able to continually push this because we were kind of at a standstill at this area. We were stuck here for quite some time. Now you can also use your freeze offensively, but I don't fully recommend it because if you get dove, you won't have anything to cover for yourself. There was a Loki that I was able to find out was the real one, and you can shoot the rune above them to be able to deal a little extra damage. It's a little pro tip because I don't see a lot of people doing that. But their Luna actually pushed on us, and sometimes whenever you see another Luna using their ultimate, it's good to get back a little bit because then you can deal damage from range here, but you're staying alive is the most important thing. So don't go down to another ultimate there. But again, we got a lot of self-sustaining healing ways to keep ourselves alive, so that's why we're good at moving around, getting in, getting out with our extra movement speed. Super useful. But always keep your tanks alive. That's plain and simple. We only have one tank this time, which was tough because Doctor Strange is a really good counter for Venom here. Also, don't be afraid to ping. So I'm pinging here. My ultimate ability is ready, and then I also pinged Gather to me. For some reason, teammates don't like to gather towards you, but we needed this push here. We were going to lose if we didn't get this, so I got the whole team to come together, and we were able to continually push the payload a little bit further. That was a little bit of a risky play, but it worked for us because we got the payload moving, and that's really what matters most. And then we were able to make it all the way to the end. So Luna is very much a game maker and a game changer. Whenever she uses her ultimate, that's invulnerability for 12 seconds. Especially if you notify your team to group up before dropping it, you can really do a ton of damage and keep the momentum going in your favor. So yeah, that was a little tips and tricks guide for Luna Snow in Marvel Rivals. If you found this video useful, feel free to hit the subscribe button below and leave a comment with anything you'd like to see more of in Marvel Rivals. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.